Joe and Hampton, lights dim, it's game time. Interview sharp, cut through like a shank line. Stick lounge, stories unfold, real and raw. From hustlers to dreamers, breaking laws with a claw. Microphone warriors, capturing life's conflicts. Sitting across legends, tales flick like black pics. Drop bars, not mics, knowledge, it rains. From the streets to the beats in every vein.
All right, Stick Lounge Podcast coming to you guys from Des Moines, Washington. How's it going, everybody?
What up?
Glad to be back. Let's start with Creole Hamp. What's going on, man?
Oh man, let me tell you, it's been a busy weekend, which is good.
You look a little tired today,
which
bro.
is good. It's like a flashlight that the battery's been left, the light been left on, and the battery's dimming out.
Yeah.
But for some reason today, I unscrewed that cap and put some more batteries in. So now I'm beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So
you might want to get those new ones with just take a phone charger. Like my flashlight, just you USB it. You're good to go.
So, tired of peeping in the dark, but you know what? It's
Remember those old ones you used to shake?
Oh yeah.
And it would charge them. That's old school. But
yeah, we had a good weekend. We had the Bravo duo in the house. We had.
Now I got to stop you right there because I always get this wrong. Is it Bravo duo or duo Bravo?
That's a good question.
Because to be fair, you keep calling Michael Powers Michael Powell.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. You know why that happened? When I was coaching basketball in California, one of the teachers' name was Michael Powers.
Lily said you had a guy singing or performing in Creole that was named Michael Powell. Is that true? I never saw him.
No, his name was.
I didn't mean to sidetrack you.
No, his name was LL. I think he was
fact checking you.
He was singing when Michael Powers was there.
Okay.
He brought him up.
Gotcha. All right.
Really good singer.
Okay.
Really good singer.
So you had Michael Powell and Michael Powers?
I had Michael Powell and Michael Powers. Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. That was good. All right.
But,
so it's I think it's Duo Bravo.
It's Duo Bravo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's
I'm
Duo
looking
Bravo.
at it right now. It's Duo Bravo.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 Bravo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. They was in the house as well with the Busby Band, and I got to perform.
Yes, you did.
Without my Catwoman partner.
No, you went solo, but you did a good job.
I went solo, so,
you got some love on Facebook, man. I saw that.
Yeah, I got some love on Facebook,
I saw it looked like a bunch of back home friends and family reaching out like, dang, cuz. They call you 6'9" back home?
Yeah, I was 6'9", but all the time.
That's why I keep saying 6'9". I didn't know you could sing.
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah, that was different. So, yeah, that was good. So, I also want to mention to you, we are having an event in the Stick Lounge.
Yes, we are.
On February 25th. And
see, you would think he's looking at a calendar or something over here, but there's nothing over here. He's just reaching in the data bank.
I'm about to get funny. I'm looking at the impromptu.
There you go. It's not an impromptu, bro.
I think I'm about to be funny.
And by that, he means teleprompter.
But anyway.
I'm looking at my impromptu. Did you have your arugula today?
Yeah.
Oh, no. What was it? It wasn't arugula. It was, shit. No, I messed it up.
What?
It's a root.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Asiago.
Asiago, yeah. I had some Asiago today.
You know what Asiago is, Harry?
Asiago's a cheese.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So my daughter said, give me an Asiago bagel. And Hamp said, what's that? And she said, Asiago. Do you know what Asiago is? I said, yeah, it's a root. I was cracking up.
You got to be entertaining, but he's still no, I just saw a root, And then we asked another guy. He said, yeah, it's a herb.
He did say it was an herb. He did.
So I felt okay.
Dude, that's why we got to get that t-shirt printer working because Asiago, my favorite root. That's a good t-shirt right there.
And so we're doing a donation for feeding the homeless.
Yes.
It's called Creole Soul Community Goal.
Yep.
Okay, so it's $40. We only accepting 35 people. It's going to be a wine tasting and a buffet to go along with that. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a nice, relaxing evening with Michael Powers in the house.
Well done, sir. Well done.
And you know what he can do with a guitar. So
yes,
I don't need to get into that at all. Mm. And so we look forward to everybody. We got people checking in. So you don't want to be number 36.
No.
I'll just tell you like that.
Now, what day of the week is that?
That's on a Friday?
It's a Friday night.
Yeah, Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to be number 36.
Thursdays are a little busy for me.
Okay.
Because we're stopping at 35. 36, you're out of luck.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to do more than that. We want everybody to be comfortable and have a good time.
So don't forget, the 25th, benefit feeding the homeless, Creole Soul, Community Goal is the event.
And that's on Facebook, Instagram,
Facebook,
all over the place,
Instagram,
right?
all over the place. You can't miss it. Social media, that Creole Soul Lanyard, which is the nonprofit, which is also 501(c)(3), just in case anybody want to know.
We're legit.
I am hooked up with the IRS. You can best believe that.
I mean, just tax deductible. That's the important
There
piece.
you go.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
So,
That's what matters, right?
so that's what's going on. Also, last but not least, I'm bringing brunch back on the 27th.
I thought you were going to say you were bringing sexy back.
Yeah, I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah.
He did that a long time ago. Yeah.
There you go.
On the 27th, brunch is back at Creole Soul.
Yes, it is.
And we are only doing reservation. And you know what? I know people are looking and listening because I got an email today for reservation for 4 on the 27th. So
There we go.
all you need to do is go to the website, go in the comments and contact us, and put how many people you're coming with, because that's the only way it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, it's good though, man, because then you can cater to those people. That's
Yeah.
going to be way better.
Yeah.
Because I know there's times when you make the quiche and the quiche is amazing and people come in and they want the quiche, but there isn't enough quiche.
No.
Or you go the other route and you make a bunch of quiche.
And then there's nobody in
And
there.
then I got to eat a whole lot of quiche because it's delicious quiche. I mean, I'm all right with it, but
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
it's not for
you.
me. It's not.
For Hampton, not
right,
so great.
right, exactly.
yeah. Costly, yeah. So,
All right, what about the 31st? Want to talk about that?
oh, boo.
Boo! What's going on?
Ghosts.
No.
No.
Not that 31st.
31st of October, I think is
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about, isn't it July 31st?
What?
When's your first blues? Isn't it Thursday?
Yeah, it's Thursday. I forgot about that one.
Isn't that 31st?
That's the 31st. I'm
Thank
thinking
you.
about Halloween.
Thank you.
I'm
One
thinking
for
about
me.
that.
One for me.
I was thinking about that big Halloween party. So, yeah, guys, also starting on July 31st.
I thought maybe it got canceled or something. I was
No,
like,
it didn't get
why are you
canceled.
booing it?
July 31st.
Like, damn.
Creole Soul is going to have open mic night blues.
Yes.
Ooh.
That'll be good stuff.
Okay,
Oops,
so it
wrong
starts
button.
from 7 to 10:30. So if you got some talent, you can sing. We got all the instrument you need. We even got a house band.
Yeah, house band backing everybody. That's going to be awesome.
So every Thursday, not just this one Thursday, it's going to be every Thursday from here on out, going into the snow.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of talent we get to come out. That should be pretty fun.
Yeah, that should be fun. Yeah.
Heck yeah,
So,
man. All kinds of fun stuff going on in Creole.
So you can sing the blues to Hampton rather than to the city council.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
We meet
you
on
go.
Thursdays.
Yeah. On
Leave the
Thursday,
city council out of it. Come to Creole.
on Thursday,
like it.
come
I
get
like
your
it.
whiskey and sing your blues.
That's hand in hand, man. Works perfect. Works perfect.
Maybe we'll be over after the meeting.
There you go. There you go.
Blues is a good thing. Talk about it, feel it. You can't sing the blues unless you feel it.
Absolutely.
That's true. That is true.
That's it, that's just the bottom line.
And the blues is kind of one of those ones that you can't really go wrong either, right? As long as you're singing from the heart, you're good to go.
Yeah, I can get on the keyboard and play all kind of crazy notes. And,
I was gonna say, no, you can't. You can't do that. You can play all kinds of crazy notes.
and make it bluesy as hell. You
Yeah,
understand?
you make everybody sad. Somebody get him off the keyboard, man.
Yeah, push him out of the way.
All right, is that it for Creole for
That's
now,
it
man?
for Creole right
Cool,
now.
cool.
man.
Let's
So,
cover the lounge. So the lounge, we got a couple big things that we're working on. Biggest one right now, August 30th, or closest one, I guess. We're trying to do a show and shine here at the lounge with Creole Soul. So everything's going to be opened up. Classic cars parked in the neighborhood here. We've got the lot secured out front. Did you talk to B&E yet?
Not yet. I sent
Okay,
a
not
message
yet.
out.
We're working on securing the lot next door, but we're going to get a couple, probably 15, 20,
I work
25.
under pressure good. I work under pressure. No.
Working on getting a show and shine going, get some people down here. Creole will be open. He'll be running. And then upstairs in the lounge, what we want to do is do Grease Night, the movie, the soundtrack, and I want T-Birds and Pink Ladies. Be a lot of fun. So,
Grease 2.
Yep. Okay, Grease 2. We got enough time. It'll be a long night. We can do Grease 1 and Grease 2. I'm an original Grease fan. Okay. John Travolta.
Yeah.
And Olivia.
Yep.
Olivia
Olivia was,
Newton-John.
Olivia Newton-John. Yeah, amazing. So he's a big Grease 2 fan.
I like, what's her name?
I never saw Grease 2, dude.
Oh, really?
I've never seen it. I know Becca loved it, but I only saw Grease 1.
Man, that's Grease 2 is so good. Yeah.
What's that song? Cool Rider.
Cool Rider. Cool Rider.
This guy's going to start a singing career between this weekend and today. All right, so yeah, August 30th, that's what we're working on for the lounge. And then you want to do your boo effect now? I don't have any Halloween.
Oh.
That was pretty good. Wait, I can do this. Hold on. We'll make this one.
October 31st in the lounge. It only works on mine.
Fuck.
I go, hey, God. You got to give me warning, man. All right, October 31st in the lounge. We want to do a Halloween party. We want to do a costume contest. So we'll be kicking information out on that as well as we get closer. And I just spoke with Steve Edmiston again. Man, he really wants to get that whiskey night going with Two Bar, who I've talked to Nate from Two Bar. We're going to do whiskey, and Steve's going to do a talk about prohibition in the area. So I haven't locked a date in for that, but they both want to do it. Steve's awesome, man. He's all about it. So I'm excited to do that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So,
Yeah, I like that guy. That's the guy that.
that's a UFO guy.
No, I'm talking about the whiskey guy, the Two Bar.
Oh,
guy.
Nathan? Yeah, Nathan's cool, man.
Yeah.
He stole the show from us, man. He's got that good radio voice,
Yeah,
too.
you got the, yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
I was like, put him on the mic. I was like, all right. This guy's running the show now.
He was like,
Hell of a
yes,
personality.
guys, you guys.
Now I'm going to have to figure out how to type that in. You know that, right? For the subtitles.
Of course, man. Just put ... There
There you go.
I'll put the bouncing ball.
There you go. Follow the bouncing ball, everyone.
Yeah.
Follow the bouncing ball. All right, we good on Creole in the lounge, man?
Yeah, tomorrow I just want to say one more thing. I got
Okay, you got it.
truck is going out for the first time since my knee surgery.
Yeah, it is.
I got jobs back to back, Monday and Tuesday. So I can't complain there. That's when the bright light comes on that flashlight.
That's the bright light.
I can see the end of the tunnel now.
There you go. But these are corporate gigs, right? Nobody can come unless they work there, right?
Let me see. Yep, nobody can come.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're happy the truck's rolling, but don't go find him.
I'm going to. Oh, I ain't gonna say where I'm going because people might show up.
They
there,
might
so-
show up.
Yeah.
Corporate gig only.
Kent and Seattle. Let me just put it like that.
I mean, maybe if they like park around the block and then, sneak up, or is that a bad idea?
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Okay. Don't park and don't sneak around the block.
Yeah, don't do it.
All right, guys, we're going to move to our guest. You good, Hamp?
I'm good.
All right. Harry Steinmetz, thank you for being here, sir. Appreciate it. Give you a little bit of an introduction there. So, Harry, you are.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for coming. You are currently a member of City Council and Deputy Mayor, correct?
Correct.
And you've been Deputy Mayor for 2
years.
2 years. Awesome. Well,
Well,
congratulations with that.
Yeah,
This is the second year?
this is the second year.
Okay. Great.
We're not done yet.
Yes. You know what I was going to say, too? You guys have been doing a great job, man. I just went down to the July 4th thing, and that was amazing.
Thank
you guys really killed it with that. And it was funny, too, because I didn't even know what was happening. And then a buddy of mine that lives in Normandy Park, that's me not having my finger on the pulse. I figured that out because I'm like, I didn't hear about this. And everyone's like, well, it was online and it was in this publication and it was, okay, it was my fault. But a friend of mine that lives in Normandy Park is like, you going to Des Moines tonight? I'm like, what? For what? It was awesome. Bands were good. The food was good. The drone show was amazing. I've never seen a drone show and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So did my family. So
And that's the third year. Third year we've done the drones.
Yes,
and
and
it's gotten better every year.
that's what I heard is that this was the
I didn't
best
see
year.
the third one, but I saw the first two.
You did see the first two?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I missed the first one. We were in Normandy Park blowing things up because you used to be able to go down to the cove. And
I think I heard you.
yes, it was bad, man. That is the craziest fireworks spectacle I've ever seen. Is at the Cove, and they shut it down. Second year had a lot of personal stuff going on, but you saw the second year.
I saw the second year, yeah.
What'd you think of it? You saw it from the house up above, though,
I
right?
saw it from the house up, yeah.
I will say that, and I don't know because I haven't seen it, but I think Vantage Point plays a lot with it because the drones are playing to the crowd. And I mean, it's like 3-dimensional over your head. It's quite a spectacle when you're in the right spot. Where you were, because I know where you were. We stopped by and saw
Right,
you.
yeah.
I don't know if you had a full, like, good, clean view of it. Or did you? Am I wrong?
I think I did.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I can tell you that down in the Marina parking lot, it was awesome. Really enjoyed it. Very cool.
I mean, I've talked to several people, and they've said that just being there and seeing how big that drone picture is.
Yes.
When you're right down there and the music's kind of blasting you from behind from the stage, that's really amazing because and this is from people who had watched it up in the condos
Right.
the year before. And they said, really, it just makes a huge difference to actually get down there and
Oh, yeah.
experience the show.
I thought so too. And my friends were up on, what is that, Lookout up there? That little Lookout Park?
Oh, Soundview.
Soundview? That's what it
Soundview
is.
Park.
Soundview Park. They were up there and they called me and they're like, where are you guys at? I'm like, we're down by the stage. Where are you at? And then I didn't hear back from them. And all of a sudden they show up and they got a little bit of sweat. I'm like, where were you? They were up at Soundview Park. And I'm like, oh, you didn't have to come all the way down here. But turns out they were very happy they did, because that view from the marina was awesome. And I don't think that's why I'm saying I don't think you would have got it.
Yeah,
from
I
another.
didn't see that view. No.
Right. It was good. It was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I highly recommend anyone go next year. But you guys did a great job, so hats off.
Thank you. Thank you. And, it's the right thing to do for 4th of July celebrations, I think, because we're not dropping stuff into the sound.
Right.
Because when you blow up the fireworks, everything goes down into the water, and that's not good for the fish.
Right.
And, veterans with PTSD have a really hard time coping with it.
Yeah.
And dogs in particular, but all the animals are really distressed by all the explosions.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
And-
dog wants to fight.
I was going to say, how does Star do
my
during the
dog looking to see what she can eat when she trying to. Who coming in here? Where?
200-pound Rottweiler trying to take out something? She doesn't know what, but whatever it is, she's going to take it out.
She's not afraid of anything. You hear me? I swear.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man, because in Arizona, they have Indian Steel Park, which is right across from the VA hospital, and that's where they do the fireworks show. I always thought that was a horrible idea. Right across from the VA hospital? Like, come on, man.
That's just not thinking.
Maybe they're not doing it there anymore. That was when I lived there. But so anyways, I do want to dig a little bit more into the city council stuff, but let's go back. So you were a judge. Are you still currently a judge?
I'm not a judge.
Okay, so you're retired from that?
No, I was bored.
You were bored.
I was bored, so I changed jobs.
Okay.
I went back to being a criminal defense attorney.
Okay. So you
I
are
am
a
public
criminal
defender in Pierce County.
Gotcha. Okay. So how did
Let me
and
make notes of that. Hold on.
you got business cards, right?
Man, it needs you to one.
If you're in trouble down there, yeah.
Right. How do you? So is a judge? Is it purely an elected position, or are some positions for judges election only?
No, some are election only.
Okay.
For example, the judge in our town is appointed.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's actually a hire by the city manager.
Okay. And this is just my ignorance, and I like to learn when we do these things.
That's
So
yeah,
Camp and I
basically-
learn a lot all the time.
Oh yeah.
If it's a full-time judge in a court of in a constitutional court, then it's elected.
Gotcha. Okay.
If it is less than full-time, for example, 32 hours, which is technically what our judge is supposed to be.
So
That's what they get paid for. Let me
they
put it to
shy
you that way.
you 8 hours,
She-
and you're not
Yeah,
full time.
She works much more than that.
Okay.
Or if you, what I was an administrative law judge, and I worked for the state, so I was appointed by the governor or hired,
Okay.
and it's a state job.
So how were you appointed by the governor? And what governor was that at the time, if I may ask?
Yeah, it was Inslee.
Okay.
And it was just a process.
Okay.
He signed off on the paperwork eventually.
So
but
you didn't have to like run, or he
No.
didn't know you personally or nothing like that. It was just like you had the credentials, you filed for it, and he signed off on it. Essentially,
not even that much.
not even that much. Okay.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, what's the qualifications?
The Board of Industrial Insurance Appeals, which is who I work for, that they take all the appeals out of L&I.
Okay.
Decisions of L&I.
Right. Labor and industries.
Yeah, I went through an interview process. I, submitted my application. I did all of that stuff. They offered me the job, and I said, yes, I'd like to do it. And they said, great, now you got to do your background check and make sure, you're a decent human being and all of this stuff. And that's how I got hired.
And that's it.
And then they said, we want to hire him. We have the openings, and presumably somewhere up the change, the governor said, yeah.
Okay, cool. You think it's like just a stack of paperwork, like, and you have to sign these today because we're doing these things, and he's like, done. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's pretty
That
much
works.
what it is.
So you were an attorney before then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I've been an attorney for 36 years.
And at what point did you decide, like, I'm going to do the judge thing and try it out? Was it just the next step, and that was it, or?
Yeah, it was a number of things. I had my own practice for about 18 years down in Pierce County,
Okay.
and I was just getting a little tired of it. It was just kind of being a little more of a grind, and I thought, well, maybe I'm just tired of running a business.
Is it a bit repetitive, maybe, or?
No, not really. 'Cause
Okay, that's good.
the nice thing about law is there's always something new that you haven't
Sure.
seen.
Prosecutor or defendant?
I was a defense attorney, and I started my career as prosecutor.
Okay.
That would go way, way, way back.
Yeah, I know some of them, you go there and then they switch
1990.
over. Like, okay.
Right, right.
You know, at its point, you know, I was pretty well established down there, and I was doing well, but I don't know, something was missing, and I thought, okay, I'm going to get a job with. I knew some guys that had a criminal defense firm that needed a high-end criminal defense attorney.
Okay.
And that's where I was at in my career.
Nice.
I mean, you give me real bad people, and I would help represent them.
Okay.
Because I knew what I was doing.
Right.
And you know, I did that for a couple of years, but you know, that wasn't the issue. And so a friend of mine who had become an administrative law judge for the Department of Licensing said, "Hey, this isn't really a bad gig, and you know, you ought to try it." So I took a 6-month position with the Office of Administrative Hearings.
Okay.
At the same time I had applied for that one, I had also applied with BIIA. BIIA got back to me 6 months later and said, "Are you interested still? Because we're hiring now."
Okay. Okay.
And I said, "Sure." And so I went and interviewed with them, and I did that for 4 years. But
Okay.
it turned out, you know, with COVID and everything, we were all working from the house. There was no interaction with people. Everything was done via Zoom or video.
Gotcha.
Occasionally, you got a live hearing.
Right.
And it just, you spent most of your time reading transcripts, summarizing, writing. That's not me.
I gotcha.
It's a really good job for an introvert.
Okay. Okay.
I am not an introvert.
No, you don't come across that way at all.
No. So, you know, eventually I just kind of hit that point where this isn't working. I had a good friend who was a public defender in Pierce County. I had another good friend who's a judge down there in Pierce County. And I'd kind of talked to them, and they said, "Man, they'd love to have you there. I mean, they don't have a lot of attorneys with your level of experience."
Sure.
And so, you know, applied, and I talked to the executive director. I applied now, and so I've got the job. I've got a couple more years to go in PERS.
All right.
And I've got, I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing the gig, but
Right.
it's a good gig. I'm out there. I'm helping people. I'm interacting. I'm walking back and forth to court. So I get up. I get some exercise. I'm not just sitting on my behind all the time.
Sure.
There are a lot of things I like about it. There are younger attorneys, and we kind of figured that in the office, there are only 3 other people that have been practicing a lot longer than I have.
Oh, really? Nice. Well, congratulations. There's something to be said.
So it's good for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, good for me, good for them. Everything works out really well.
Well, and like in my profession, I've worked with those seasoned guys, and you always got to have that guy in there, man, to teach you the stuff that you're never going to learn in school, right? There's the stuff that you can only get through experience and in every trade out there. So
Absolutely.
So how do you like being a defense attorney? I mean, I got to ask, has there been some times when you're like, "Oh man, I don't want to defend this guy. Like he's guilty. I know he's guilty." Or do you not really get those kind of...
It's not a question of guilt or innocence. It's can they prove it?
Okay.
That's how I approach it, at least. I mean,
Sure.
you know, I start and I get a copy of the jury instructions when I open the case.
Right.
What does the state have to prove? And then I start analyzing it. How are they going to prove it?
Okay.
Because the jury instruction gives you specific elements that have to be proved beyond a reasonable doubt.
Beyond a reasonable doubt. And I think that's the thing that people forget a lot.
Yeah. And so in each of those little subpoints have to be proved beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury in order to get a conviction.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm looking at the job that the police officers did when they did it. And my job is to make sure the police officers did their job. And if they've done their job, then I counsel the client to seek a resolution that would be favorable. And, you know, hopefully I can talk a prosecutor into that. And if the police officers didn't do their job and they're willing to take a risk, then, you know, I might go try the case.
Yeah.
So it's just it's about helping somebody who really doesn't know what's going on with the system.
Sure.
Work through that system and figure out what their interests are.
Well, it's a scary thing too. I mean, especially when you don't know what's going on. You know, when I was a kid, really stupid thing, but we were doing a science project for school, and it was a mass media repair class that I had, which is basically learning how to work on computers, which would do me no good now because those were very old computers. But the project was to get your point across in a way, in a fun way, essentially. You know, unplug the computer before you work on it, blah, blah, whatever. Me and my buddies, we were young teenage boys, and we decided we'd do the project, but we were going to have fun with it. So we had bought a bunch of dry ice, and we had made dry ice bombs, and we were using them to blow up the computers while we were filming on VHS hand cam our project for school.
Very good.
Swear to this day, it wasn't us. Somebody at the same time went and bought dry ice and went around our town blowing up mailboxes. And I come from a small town, very small town in Nevada. I had a knock on the door, 2 guys in black suits. Don't know. They claimed they were FBI. Don't know if they were just local police. I was a young kid. And to this day, I will say to my mother, why did you let me go with those guys? I was a minor. I know more now. What was going on? Anyways, they took me in. They took my friends in. They put us under hot lights. They tried to get us to confess to something that we didn't do. I mean, they had shoe prints. They had hair in a little baggie. They had all these things, man. It was wild. It was wild. We never got in trouble. We never did anything, but it was very intimidating. That's the only time I've never gone to jail. Knock on wood again. I'm a pretty good guy, but that was the only time that I've been put in that situation, and it was terrifying and intimidating. So I understand, people coming to someone like you, like, help me out, man. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to be in trouble, and that's got to feel good to be able to help you with people like that. So
it's a good feeling. It's like when I was in private practice, my slogan, if you will, is because good people have bad days.
Yeah,
they need some help.
That is true too.
And there's some good people that screwed up.
Yeah,
and to the extent that I can help them, that's a positive thing. That makes me feel like I'm doing a good thing in life.
For sure.
And I like that.
Have you ever seen somebody get convicted of something and you just knew it wasn't right? You knew, really? How often does something like that happen, you think?
Yeah,
80% of the time.
No, it's not. It's nowhere near that high.
Yeah,
But it depends on the nature of the crime. I mean,
sure.
There are some crimes that juries are just really presupposed to believe the truth in, and
you think because they want to find that bad guy, they want to make sure they're putting somebody away, something's better than nothing, that kind of a mentality?
More often than not, it's because they think a little girl can't be lying.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get into the motivations behind all that and really
Sure.
do it. But yeah, I've had some people convicted that I had some real doubts about.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's got to be hard. That's got to be a hard day. Yeah, for sure. For the family, for you, for everybody. What's a case have you ever sat and watched one of these large cases and thought to yourself, man, they screwed that one up? Beyond a reasonable doubt, right? I mean, I get first one that pops in mind, O.J. Simpson, right? Like everybody talks about O.J. if the glove doesn't fit, you got to acquit, right?
Yeah, they didn't screw it up.
Okay.
I mean, the prosecution didn't do a good job in O.J. And I think the jury, given the state of the evidence that was there, probably that is the right decision.
Sure.
It wasn't proved beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
But, our common sense world says, of course it was you, man.
Right.
I mean,
what's crazy is he comes
there's
out.
There's a lot of other evidence that didn't get in that we all found about because big cases like that get tried in the media.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happens in the courtroom is about, I don't know, maybe 30% of what's out there.
Sure.
And that's what the jury's supposed to decide on. So,
yeah,
they did not prove that O.J. was there at the time and made it and actually killed her.
Right.
So not beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
But,
did you see he wrote a book about that?
No.
I think.
Which he?
O.J.
O.J. did?
Yeah. He passed away recently, right?
A while ago.
Yeah,
a while ago?
Yeah.
Recently, time flies for me. But yeah, I think he was in jail because he went to jail for some other
Nevada
stuff.
State Prison because he broke into a hotel room allegedly to recover
his Heisman.
his Heisman
because he had
some
like
other
pawned it or sold it or something. Is that what happened?
Other sports memorabilia.
Right.
So he broke in and was doing a little what they call self-help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm going to come get this.
Right.
And of course, that's the wrong way to go about it. If you think somebody's got your stuff,
Right.
There are legal ways to go about that. But
right.
He went in with some dudes and they got rough and they took their stuff and that's a burglary.
Yeah.
And if you're taking by force or fear, that's a robbery.
Yeah.
So the entry is the burglary. Taking by force or fear is the robbery. So if you're even, doing one of these numbers where you're just holding up your fist, threatening to punch somebody,
right,
and you take stuff, that's a robbery.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, that's those are heavy felonies.
Yeah, he got nailed with that. I do remember that he wasn't exactly sure what he went to jail for, but I know he went. And then I think it was while he was in jail, or maybe when he just got out, he wrote a book, and I think it was called "If I Had Done It," and it was a very detailed. Yeah. He wrote out how he would have killed her if he had actually done it. Never read the book, don't know much about it, but I was like, that's a bold move, man. That's a bold move. Yeah, pretty wild. Sorry. What's any other cases that you can think of that it just blows your mind to see how they turned out?
Was recently, and I don't remember the name of the gal. she was accused of killing her husband, running him over with the car. And
That
he
was
he
really
a
recent,
cop.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
And she got acquitted.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And you know, what the cops did and what the prosecution did, I don't know the extent the prosecution did that, but man, what they did, his ex-partner was in charge of the investigation, and there was all kinds of hinky stuff going on, and you know, talking to people to get stories straight. It was really, really poorly done.
I didn't follow it much. I heard a little bit about it recently when she was acquitted, but yeah, I guess it was a really big deal. Yeah, I didn't.
But my impression, at least, is a lot of that kind of stuff where the cops are not playing above board. That happens back east,
Right.
much more so than it happens out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
East Coast kind of, or okay.
You know,
The first thing comes to mind is Florida, right? Florida man, always.
Florida, you know, Boston.
Yeah.
You know, those for some reason those are the two places that I really think of where, you know,
Boston's a rough area too.
the
though.
cops are trying to you know, shall we say, round some corners.
Right, right. I would imagine like
On
Chicago
that stuff.
too, where there's a lot of crime, right? Chicago's got pretty high crime rate.
Well, it's actually come way down lately.
Oh, has it?
Yeah,
Well, that's good
You
news.
look at the numbers; they've done a pretty good job in Chicago of really tamping it down. It's still a big city. There's
Right.
where you have that many people in that small an area, you're going to have crime. But
Yeah, I'd heard that. I forget what the statistic was, but it was like this year they'd already had like, I don't know. I'm going to say a wrong number, so it doesn't matter. But it was a very high number in homicides or something. But maybe that's lower than it was previously. Also, where are you getting your numbers from? You know, where am I getting my information from? That all matters. So,
Yeah.
Is there anything in our system that you see right away and you're like, we got to fix that, as far as just judiciarily speaking, if I said that correctly?
Yeah.
you know, I just don't think there's a great process for selecting judges.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we hold elections, and there's some good guys that get elected. Don't get
Now,
me
are you
wrong.
talking on a federal level?
No, well,
Just
I'm
all
talking from the feds who are completely appointed, and they're appointed for life.
Right.
And there was a good rationale behind appointing people for life, so they wouldn't be afraid to make decisions.
Sure.
You know, tough decisions. But you know,
But it's also kind of a
we've
friends
also
in high
seen in
places
the last
too thing.
few
Right?
years that, you know, not being afraid to make tough decisions means they're being a little more partisan.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And so, you know,
exactly.
that we don't have a fix for that.
Right.
You know, at the state level, judges are elected and have to run for reelection. But once you're in, it's really hard to unseat a sitting judge. And anybody can run for judge. And the best,
You have to have a law
you know,
degree,
from
though, right?
from the, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you do have to have a law degree and have practiced law, but, and they go through a process of evaluations. But you know, the best way to get elected as a judge is to be a prosecutor.
Okay.
And there are good prosecutors who are judges, but there are also a lot of other guys that might be very good judges, perhaps even better, and have a different perspective on life. You know, and that might serve us well to have a little more diversity on the bench.
Sure. Sure.
You know, but you know, it's just there's no perfect way, but we are not perfect animals.
No, and I think people are always looking for that white and black. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They want the easy answer. They want it cut and dry, but there's gray everywhere, man. Everything's got that gray area, and you just can't get rid of it. So,
Right.
What about the jury process? Do you think that that's still working? I mean, that's kind of a tough one because people have their opinions, right? And they're supposed to go in there and you know, make their call based off of the evidence. Like you said, innocent until proven guilty, and I totally agree with that. But I do feel like it's got to be difficult. I've been called for jury duty. I've never sat on a trial, but I would assume that every person, every human being that goes in there has some predisposition of something, right? So that has to play into it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Everybody has their own, and you try to do a good job picking your jury to get rid of a lot of those inherent. You're not really.
And you select them as an
you're not-
attorney, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to agree
in
with
state,
the other
in
attorney?
state court.
Okay.
In state court, you get 6 preemptory challenges. Let's say it's a full-on felony. You get 6 preemptory challenges. Each side gets, so there are 12 that can be just for whatever reason. You're trying to eliminate anybody for cause because you think cause is okay. They do have a bias, and then you get the preemptory challenges, which are something there's not quite working. But you know, we've got some pretty serious laws in this state. Recent decision just came out last week, State v. Bell. You know, that you just have to, in picking, if there was a racial reason would an objective person looking at the totality of the evidence think that there might have been a person eliminated from the jury for a racial reason?
Okay.
That
Because of a racial bias towards the
towards anything.
towards
Just
anything.
a racial bias, one way or the other.
Okay.
You know?
Just in open air.
Yep.
Just out there.
Yep.
Hey guys, it's Joe with Stick Lounge Podcast. Just wanted to do a quick check-in with you all. Say thank you so much for trafficking the socials and liking all of the shorts. We got a lot of those that are doing pretty well right now. But what I would like to do is to say, because we don't say it enough, like, share, and subscribe. And please do that. And leave a comment too. You know, if you see something that you have an opinion on or anything, leave a comment, check it out. I'd really like to see some more traffic to the YouTube stuff, to the Spotify, the iTunes, the iHeartRadio, all of that. We work really hard on this. I spend a lot of time putting these things together, all of our own time, all of our own dime. So like to see some more traffic there, guys. If you can help us out, really appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Lots of local businesses, local people, local politicians, really covering what's going on in our neck of the woods in our own backyard. So I've learned a lot. I hope you are too. Stick Lounge Podcast, guys. Hang with us. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks. And when something like that happens, does it look bad towards you?
The judge has to make a ruling as to whether or not that person's going to stay on the jury.
We
or
only
not.
got the best side, the best story.
right.
And you know, you have a hearing outside of the presence of the jury, and the motion's made outside of the presence, so the jury never knows,
Right.
you know, that there was anything going on about that.
Okay.
And that's how it's got to be, because you have to keep the jury really isolated from a lot of the back and forth between the attorneys and the court and the decisions that they're making.
Right, because that can all play a part.
They're
in it.
just supposed to listen to the evidence.
That's it. Yeah.
The judge decides what evidence comes in.
I got you.
You know.
I got you. So what's the longest trial you've ever been on? I mean, I've always been scared of getting selected for jury duty.
10 plus weeks.
10 plus weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we finished in the 11th week.
Wow. How'd it turn out for you?
Turned out okay for me because I got paid.
Okay. Gotcha.
My client, you know.
Is that exhausting?
My client was convicted. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet so.
It's 10 weeks of the most intensive thing that you can imagine professionally.
And at that time, I mean, you're just poring over evidence. You're looking over everything they're submitting.
Every night you're working. Every night you're going over something.
Doing homework.
Do a lot of homework.
A lot of homework. Yeah, I was working easily until between 10 and midnight every night.
Well, and I would assume
and commuting between here and Seattle, because this was downtown in King County.
And I would imagine that you eventually get kind of an emotional attachment too at the same time. You know, you start to know this person, possibly their family, you know, you're being very personal with them and, you know, and something like that happens and that's got to be hard.
Yeah.
Really feel bad for the young kids that get popped for drugs or something. And in my opinion, sending a young person, man or woman, to prison like that, it's not going to help their future. You know what I mean? There's got to be a better way for some of these minor charges than sending them to jail. I mean, I've known people that have gone to jail and come out and been just fine, you know, and you're like, great, it worked. But then I've known people that go in and they come out with friends that are, you know, running those circles now. They've been to prison or whatever it is. And that's a rough go, man. That's a rough go.
Most straight possession cases are misdemeanors
now.
I mean,
yes.
You really don't. Yeah, there was, when I started practicing in most of my career, you know, it's been a felony, but
I know it's wild, man.
It's gone way down, and they're almost always, for the first, maybe second time through, some kind of a diversion, some type of a treatment court, some type of a therapeutic court that they can go through.
Right.
And, you know, you're not going to get it. You're going to get a certain percentage that it takes on the first time. You're going to get a certain percentage that it takes on the second time.
Right.
But, you know, you just got to, every one of those little percentages, it means we're going to have a more productive person.
Right.
In society. And that's really how you have to think of it, is you're never going to have 100%. It's never going to be a black and white.
Right. And exactly. I was going to say, what's the better way, right? We live in the gray. So, so let's lighten it up a little bit. I want to ask you about some weird things that I've heard, and tell me if this is true or not.
Okay.
Let's say I'm at Hamp's restaurant and I've had a few beers and I really got to go to the bathroom, but the bathroom's busy, and I go and I, you know, use the restroom, let's say outside, and I get busted. Am I an instant sex offender?
No.
Okay. Because, you know, people say that all the time. You've heard that,
never
right?
heard that. No.
You've never heard that?
No.
Peeing outside get you a sex offender charge.
I'm used to people. I'm from New Orleans. They pee in the streets. You know?
Okay. What would you get in trouble for doing something like that?
Urinating in public.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
it's basically like littering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. I didn't know that. I mean, I don't do it
You most,
in the desert, in the forest, not in the city.
you know, assuming that sought out a little privacy to go do your business.
Sure.
It just stepped around the corner behind, the dumpsters or something.
Now, how long have you
Sure.
been on city council?
I've been on city council. This is my 4th year.
This is your 4th year.
Yeah.
Okay. And second year as deputy mayor.
Second year as deputy mayor. 'Cause
Now,
you
how
have
do
to
you-
be,
Go ahead.
you have to have served for 2 years before you can be deputy mayor or mayor.
Okay. And is that deputy mayor appointed by the city council, that position?
Elected by the city
Elected
council.
by the city council. Okay, cool. And you're rerunning this year.
I am.
All right. Well, what do you want to tell us about your platform? What you got going on?
Well,
what are we looking forward to?
Well, we're looking forward to getting stuff done because really this city has stayed in, this little sleepy bedroom community that hasn't really changed a lot since the early 70s.
Okay.
For a long time. And we're really starting to get some stuff done.
Yeah.
And that feels good, because that's what a lot of people have wanted to do. Now, all credit to the past because groundwork was laid, and I'm fortunate that I have to be happen to be on council in the time it actually does get done. But
Sure.
Triangle Park out there at the end, that's been 5 years in the making.
Right.
We eventually got the bonds, and we got a thing, and we put it out to the public, and then all of a sudden it got more expensive because the public
course.
wanted a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then we realized, this has got to get done now because that flagpole was not safe.
Yeah. We were talking about that with Matt Pina when he was in.
Yeah, that needed to get done. And if you're going to do that, then you make a nice little park out of it. Not that it's not a park that people are necessarily going to go spend a lot of time at, but it's a nice welcoming for the city. It's consistent with the Veterans Memorial that's on there.
I
on
agree.
Des
It
Moines
looks
Memorial
great.
Drive.
You're doing a good job.
The pier, the fishing pier, Redondo, that's going to get done. We just accepted the bids on that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to
And,
give that a... That's been a long time coming, man. People are going to be excited about that.
We talked about that when
7 years.
Matt was here.
Yes, we did.
7 years since that was shut down.
Right.
And, we actually took bond money away from the Marina Steps project to guarantee that we were going to have the funds to do that
Nice.
Marina Pier and get
Yeah,
that.
there'll be a lot of people excited.
Because the
to hear that.
Redondo Pier they've been waiting that for a long time.
Yeah.
That just had to get done.
Right.
The Marina Steps are also looking like
was
they're
gonna
going to
ask.
get done.
Nice.
We need about $1 million more. We are up for a parks grant with King County that would just slot right into that $1 million.
perfect.
We'll know in early August
give
if
me a
we're going to
little
get
bit.
it. But we've gone through some iterations. We've made it a smaller project. We, what they call value engineering.
Sure.
And whittled it down a little bit. But we need that connection between the marina and downtown. And I think that's going to get done.
I think that'll be huge for the businesses
Yeah.
here too.
Oh,
I mean,
it'll be-
that's going
it'll
to
be great.
change everything.
Well, a buddy of mine this is a different buddy who's a judge down in Pierce County, says he brings his boat up here and he loves our marina.
Right.
And he loves our cheap gas.
Right.
He brings his boat up here and then he's like, well, he's got a choice. He can get, the little panini, the press sandwiches at
Quarterdeck. Right.
Or he can go to Anthony's and spend quite
Right.
a bit.
Yep.
And there's really nothing in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he would love to have better access out of the marina. Well, that's exactly what,
Nice.
building those marina steps will do.
That'll
The other
be great
thing,
for traffic and for local businesses and for everything. Yeah.
What about the water taxi?
and I'm going to get there in a minute. But I got one more point I want to make.
Go right ahead.
And that is, in the marina, we don't have a lot of family-friendly stuff. We've got the quarter deck, and that's nice, and we've got a boardwalk that people can walk on. But there's just where do the kids go play and
Sure.
go crazy? And that is the one thing that we have left in is it's got play areas and slides between the levels as you go down.
Oh,
And
really?
all those ramps are ADA compliant, so they're not steep.
Right.
But it's just each turn on one side is going to have a place for kids to play, and then there'll be
that's
a
cool.
big splash pad at the bottom.
Oh, really?
And we've heard from mothers throughout the community just saying, "Oh, that would be great."
Oh, yeah, totally.
I'd go get a coffee at the quarter deck, come back, watch the kids run up and down, and
Yep.
then they go home tired. What a great thing that would be. And
Well, not only that,
we all
that's
can
gonna
get some sleep.
That's going to draw younger families in here too.
Absolutely.
You know what I
and
mean?
we
We
need to
have-
make this place more family friendly.
Yeah, no, and there's some young families that are moving in that I've met recently. We've actually had some of the people come here to the lounge for some events, and it's good to see that. I mean, there's a lot of retirement communities around here, which is great as well, but it would be nice to see some newer families come in. So I think that'll be perfect, man. Should
Well,
be a good draw.
And to get to the water taxi, it's still, There's nothing definitive. We have shown in the beta test that we did that one summer that there is significant demand for that. So now we are working with King County Metro as to whether or not they're the ones that want to do it.
Okay.
They have much more resources. We don't have the resources to run a water taxi or even, the little ferry. We couldn't have kept that going, but we had to show that it was viable and that we could do it. We have had 2 demos now with King County Metro, including their biggest water taxi that seats like 170 people.
Oh, really?
That actually fit in, and that was the whole point of this demo. It came in, and there was enough room for it to come in and then back up and go out of our marina. And that would be a backup to a smaller boat that might operate.
Right. I saw the smaller one when it was down here.
Yeah, and the smaller one works great, and that's probably the size that they need to start at. But they need to know that if that boat were to go out, their backup could
get in
and out
That
and
makes
still
sense.
keep the route going.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That, in terms of transportation, is what's so important here.
Yeah, I couldn't even get a ticket to that thing when it was here. It was like sold out, man.
Absolutely.
Everybody was on it.
Huge demand.
Yeah.
And this is just one of those things that they're going to be doing more and more and more of. There was a mosquito fleet bill to recreate the mosquito fleet all around the Puget Sound that just didn't quite make it out of the state legislature this time, but it'll be back. There's support for it, and it's creating an alternative to the Washington State Ferry Service, which are big boats that can take cars. And we don't necessarily need to take our cars everywhere anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Public transportation is getting better and better. And
they've done a great job at the waterfront in Seattle too. You know what I mean? Like they rebuilt that whole thing, and I just finally recently went down there, and it's awesome. So you can, take a taxi from here over to there, and it's a walk up to Pikes, but you can do it. So back and forth from Seattle to here, from here to there. And what is it, like a 30, 40-minute boat ride or something like that?
Yeah, 40.
40? Okay, that's great, man.
Yeah.
That's easy.
if long-term kind of wish list stuff, there's an electric hydrofoil technology that's out there right now. And, once you get up on those, you can fly.
Yeah.
I mean, you really can go.
I've seen some videos, I think, of those.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
And they are cool. They are safe. They are fast.
Those are ones where you don't even really feel the waves, right?
Right.
Because you're riding above them.
Because you're riding above them.
Those are cool.
And that's what, most boats are pushing water out of the way. This isn't really doing that. It's riding up above it because you've got the little foils underneath.
Down underneath, yeah.
Yeah, that you're rising up on.
Have you seen those?
That's kind of fun.
No, never seen those.
Those things are wild, dude. When the boats take off, like they're right on the water, right? And as soon as they get to speed, they lift up and they're above all the wakes and everything, and just smooth sailing. Literally smooth
I'm
sailing.
gonna have to Google that.
Yeah, they're cool. They're very cool.
But this is all kind of hopes and dream stuff.
Sure.
At least in terms of the electric ferries and things like that. I mean, we will be electrifying the marina. We will be the first marina on the Sound that has the capacity to charge an electric boat. Electric boats are coming just like electric cars.
I never thought about that, but I mean, I guess you got to have parking spaces for Teslas and all the other electrical vehicles out there, right? So
yeah, so they'll be down there, and we'll have charging stations down there. We already have one, and we have a rent-a-car company that has one electric rental car there. But we will also be able to get power into the marina because there are going to be people, boat owners who have electric boats.
Sure,
and
makes sense.
It's that much more efficient.
That's crazy. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, so that's all being built into this long-term concept, at least for the marina.
Are they going to be changing the marina itself? I heard they might be eliminating some of the walks, because right now every slip has a walk on each side. I had heard at some point they were talking about removing one of those walks, so there's a walk, 2 boats, and a walk to fit a few more slips in there. Have you heard anything about that?
I don't want to say definitively because I don't know that definitively, and the council is never going to get involved in that level of of planning. The harbor master would be involved in exactly what's going on, but that would make sense because boats are getting a little wider, and we get a lot more people with bigger boats that want the slip than we do with the smaller boats.
Sure.
And we need to come up with a way to get the smaller boats functioning, so that they can get in and out of the water. But we need to put that in the right place.
He was saying they won't let you build marinas anymore either.
No.
So, I mean, you're going to have to change the marinas that you got to fit the boats, right? I mean, more people and more boats, no more marinas.
You got to respond to a market.
Exactly.
Because you're marketing a product. The marina is a product, and that's the way you have to look at it.
Yeah.
And that's why ours is run as an enterprise fund.
Well, and it makes sense too because that entire marina brings a lot of people here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Without that marina, Des Moines would be sleepier than it is. I mean, it gets busy in the summertime, especially, man. Summertime.
Yeah, it does. People walking around and
Well, people like live on their boats down there during the summer. They come here and stay and chill, and it gets busy, especially down there. Quarter deck's popping sometimes. So,
So, that's kind of number one thing is we're getting stuff done and we're really starting to move the city forward.
yeah,
2 is we need to have some kind of economic development in this city and trying to find the places that we can do that. It's clear that we're not going to pay for city services by increasing property taxes. People don't have an appetite for that.
Right.
I mean, we tried to, a year ago, August, we had a levy lid lift
remember that.
and, people didn't want it. Okay.
Yeah.
That was how we were going to pay for police.
I
And
remember
everybody thought we needed more police, but that wasn't how we're going to pay for it. So
Right.
now we had to look at, how can we get the revenue coming from sales tax, which is the other source of what the city has to try to generate revenue that we can spend in the general fund.
Right.
And there are lots of little, revenue streams that are really restricted that the city gets, and you just got to look at the general fund is where all that kind of stuff happens.
Sure.
And so, that's where we're trying to get to the point where we can do that.
Right.
And part of that is that we need to build up downtown.
Mhm.
We need much more economic activity, which means we need more people that are living downtown.
Right.
And so we're going to have to go up a little bit higher.
Yeah, I've heard about
And so, that's going to be a process. But take, for example, Wayuna, Union 242. Up on the Pack Highway, they've just built this training center. Fabulous training center. I want those guys that have good union jobs to come live
Right.
in downtown, and they get an apartment down here.
that. Yeah.
And, these are guys that'll have a little extra spending money. Right?
Sure.
This is going to be good for Hampton and Creole.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
they're going to come in and, and they're going to
Come on,
say,
y'all.
they want some food and they want some drink.
They want some catfish, some red beans and rice.
Absolutely they do. But,
They might
and
be
it's-
into blues. Maybe.
and it might all be walking distance.
Right.
If we got places for them, well, then they're here. And so we've got more apartments and places for people who live downtown. Well, then they think, Des Moines is a pretty cool place, and as they grow up in life, they're going to say, okay, I met this girl. We're going to start a family. Let's get a house here in Des Moines.
Right.
Well, of course, that would be ideal because we like the town. And so then they're going to purchase the house.
Right.
And then they might purchase a second or a third house staying here in the Des Moines area, depending upon how their income
Sure.
goes. And that's the kind of stuff that then creates an economic cycle of people coming in when they're young, staying in town, buying their first house, moving up, and then eventually moving on.
Right.
That's how things get generated. So you have a cycle of business. And for some reason in Des Moines, we kind of stopped that cycle. We just don't have a lot of young people that have moved into this town, and we haven't for 20, 30 years.
You think it was just accidental? Like we just kind of got, I say we, but I haven't been here that long. You think the town just kind of got like, we're good. They weren't pushing forward with bigger apartment buildings or hotels, or it just wasn't in the fourth. Yeah, pretty much. That's simple.
We've made some exceptions along the way.
Sure.
But, one of the exceptions was for the Adriana, which is senior housing.
Right. Right.
One of the exceptions was for the theater, which God bless Ben and Jeff Angel.
Everybody
getting
says it, man.
done.
Everybody says
But
it. It looks amazing. It's going to be great. It's going to bring a lot of stuff to the town. So,
but that's taken forever.
it is taking.
It is just and the other
big project.
The other exception is for that little empty lot across from Wally's, and
Yes.
they never exercised their option to go up, and they've lost it.
Now we were told that's called the Pit. Is that
It
correct? Okay, so we're talking about the Pit.
I have heard.
We're back on the Pit.
I've heard the same name.
So they never capitalized on the opportunity to build up on that.
Correct.
So
And-
now what? We just sit.
Well, now it sits.
Yeah.
Because of the current code says can't go any higher, and the developers, at least that we've heard from,
So they had a
we
window.
don't want to come into town and build because if you at the current height level, they can't make it pencil. And if they can't make it pencil, we don't get apartments built. We don't get people living here, and we're required to get denser, by the way. So we have
Gotcha.
some state laws that we're going to have to get denser with.
Oh, really?
And so there are not a lot of people living downtown, which means there's not a lot of businesses downtown because they don't have the people to sustain them.
Gotcha.
you know, and it all works together.
Mm-hmm. It's a big cycle.
Yeah. And then, you know, we've got to do a lot more up on Pack Highway
Mm-hmm.
And get that much more economically viable.
Yeah.
You know, down at the far end of town at 272 and Pack Highway, the shopping center that's there. It used to be a really nice shopping center.
Talking about where the Safeway is over there?
Yeah, the Safeway. And the Bartels just went out of business.
Yeah.
You know, and boy, that's taken the wrong turn.
Yeah, it is.
Hotels and Burgermeister.
This is further down.
Oh, further down.
No, this is further down where there's a Jack in the Box.
Oh, okay.
On the corner there, there's a Taco Bell in there.
Yeah, just up past the Woodmont Library.
I can, you know, Hampton's relating to fast food.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
your
a
food's
block
much
down.
better.
Yeah, it is for sure.
At home, Hampton.
Yeah, it's like a block down from the Woodmont Library on Pack Highway.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah. 272 and Pack Highway.
I know where 272 is. They got a Shell station there or something.
Yeah,
right?
they do.
That's it. Same parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the place. And we do have a developer that wants to develop that big lot. It's called Rose's Diner lot. The big lot behind it. And
yeah, there's a big empty lot. They just put that Gravity Coffee in there.
Yeah.
And then there's that lot.
Oh,
by the
no.
Planet Fitness.
This is a little further to the north.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's the
I know where you're
the
talking.
next lot.
Yep.
And it runs from Pack Highway all the way through to 16.
Yep.
And they want to put 300 units in there.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And 300 market rate units.
Okay.
And, you know, that's a good thing because these are people who are paying full boat, which means they'll have a little better income.
Yeah.
And that might revitalize that shopping center if that shopping center can stay afloat that long.
I heard that Safeway was going out of business and some kind of a local grocer might be moving in. Does that sound
I
right?
haven't heard anything about that.
Okay. That was just
I would be surprised if Safeway goes.
I would think so too, but I know
Safeway hasn't closed stores in a long time.
that's true. That is true.
But they're
to be
owned by
fair,
Albertson, so
just
I don't know.
down from there on the other side of the road, I think it's a carniceria just went in. So maybe that's what people were talking about and they were confused. Just on the other side of the AM/PM and the Auto Zone.
Oh, okay.
There's
yeah.
a new
there is a
little
new
place there.
there is a new carniceria, and it's basically a Hispanic shopping supermarket.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. If they got
I
good
wanna
carne
check that out.
asada, man, I'm in. It's hard to find good carne asada. I'm from Arizona, bro.
But see,
I understand.
but that's either Kent or Federal Way. That's not in.
That's true. Okay, now you're getting too far down.
Yeah, and we want the tax revenue.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
want
yeah.
the sales tax out of stuff
So
like
where
that.
does Des Moines ends at 272nd then?
No, because if we have the weirdest. I don't know, how these borderlines got.
I don't
drawn.
either.
And I don't know how we're going to fix them either. But we really do need to.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could just get Kent to draw a straight line down Pack Highway,
That'd be great.
we take the east, we'll take the west, and
Right.
we'll call it good. But
It's not how it works. That'd be too easy.
Yeah.
That wouldn't make sense.
no, and Kent doesn't want to give up the revenue
Right.
because they're getting a lot of the commercial revenue that comes off of Pack Highway.
Yeah. Oh, it's a busy street, man. I'll tell you what. We live near Pack Highway, and there's a lot of racing going on Pack Highway, man. You hear those cars running out there, boy.
Oh, man.
Holy cow.
They used to be in Lowe's parking lot.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They made them put those pillows up now, parking
Oh,
pillows.
right.
So they
Right,
won't,
right.
'cause they were doing donuts like crazy,
Those
man.
drifters, man. Those street takeovers.
Yeah.
Those kids are crazy. Well, you got Federal Way High School down there, too. And, a lot of those kids are hanging out in that area. So,
Yeah. Yeah, my
So-
boys went to Federal Way.
yeah, my daughters, both of them. So,
Okay. Yeah.
Zoe is going to be a senior this year, actually. So,
Oh, good.
Lily
Oh,
already
yeah.
graduated. Yep, senior Federal Way High School. It's a good school, though. It's a really
Yeah,
good school.
yeah,
Great
yeah.
sports program. She's big into the ROTC. She loves that. So,
Oh, my eldest son was in the ROTC.
all right, she's commander of ROTC this year.
Oh, good for her. Tell her I said congratulations.
I will let her know.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you know a lot of what's going on. It sounds like you've got big plans. I'm sure the entire city council does, and that's good to hear. What are you running against? Is there somebody opposing you? Should you be?
Well, I'm not running against anything or anybody.
you're just running for
I am
re-election.
running for re-election, and I'm talking about the future
Gotcha.
and where we're going to go from here.
Okay. And again, this is my ignorance figuring out how everything works.
I do have an opponent,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
you can talk to him.
It has. Does he have any
I think,
experience in this space?
No.
Okay. Gotcha.
One of the things 8 years ago, I ran against Tracy.
Mhm.
And one of the things that we did, we kind of met early on and we just kind of agreed, we're just going to put it out there, what we see as the future and what we want to do and let
Right.
people decide.
Sure.
We're not going to attack each other.
Sounds fair.
Well, we ran a great campaign.
Yeah.
You know, and we both did, and she beat me fair and square, and good for her.
Mm-hmm.
But it also meant that, you know, when I ran again 4 years later, she endorsed me.
Oh, okay. There
You
you
know,
go.
we became friends over that time period. So, you know, that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
You know, when you run the positive campaign,
Sure.
you know, you're
Not
not burning
mudslinging and
bridges,
bashing people and-
you're
yeah.
not creating any ill will. You know, when you're running against something, you're creating some ill will.
Makes
and,
sense.
You know, depends on how that plays out, of course. But, you know, it just doesn't serve the city well for things to get polarized.
No, I think that's a great way to put it. And me saying what are you running against is that's my outside view of how you typically see politics portrayed. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate. That shouldn't be the first thing that I think of is, you know, who are you against? I like, you know, what are you guys running with? I like that better, you know.
I mean, everybody runs for greater transparency.
Yeah.
And we all want to know, we want the citizenry to know more about what's going on. But, you know, so I guess there's an implicit we're running against
Sure.
the lack of transparency.
Okay. All right. There you
know,
go.
But saying there's room for improvement doesn't mean that it's bad.
No.
And you don't have to run it down to say, hey, we could be better.
Right.
And really that's sort of been my approach since I've been on the council is let's focus on how we can be better.
Sure.
Let's not, you know, waste a lot of time pointing fingers and having recriminations.
And that
against
should
people.
go for everything. I mean, in your daily profession, in your life as a whole, you know, how can I do something better? You know, I mean, Hamp's always improving the catfish. You know, it's how can it be better?
Wow. I didn't.
A little bit more hot sauce.
I was ready to think maybe it couldn't be better because it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, but I think that once I can't think of one instance in your life where you're going to sit back and go, "That's it, I'm done." Like I can't get any better at this. You know, at least me personally. Maybe that's just me, but
No,
and I can't think of a city out there either that's going to sit back and go, "We did it, guys.
Well-
we did it."
We're stopping right here.
As soon as you think we did it,
Yeah.
you get stuck in the 70s like Des Moines. did.
Oh, there you go.
You know,
there you go.
and you got to keep constantly improving. You've got to be looking out there. Where are things going? How do we make sure our city gets there?
Yep.
You know, and part of that's the idea behind the whole placemaking concept of having these steps. So when you come into the Des Moines Marina or you're going by on a boat and you go, wow, what's that thing going on over there? You know, because you can see it.
Right.
It presents well.
Yes.
For anybody that's coming that direction.
Draws people in.
And it takes the city down to the marina, which is really, you know, that's our jewel.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's what we've got that nobody else has
Yeah.
between Shilshole Bay and Tacoma.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've
that's
got
true.
the only one.
Yep.
Let's make the most of it and let's show it off.
Use what you got, right?
Exactly.
So what, other than, you know, you're running, I'm
Yeah.
hoping the best for you. I'm going to vote for you. I'll just say, you know what you're talking about. What are you seeing down the line for you personally? Like what's next on your list after this? Are you looking that far ahead, or are we just
Not
focused on
really.
this right
I'm,
now?
I'm focused on this right now.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
mean, I'm not, I can tell you, I have no interest in politics beyond the city.
Most people that we have in here that are on city council or mayors that we've
Yeah.
talked to, no interest in politics.
You know, there are cool things that being on the council has allowed me to do. I'm on the Public Issues Committee
Okay.
for the Sound Cities Association. That's really fun because I get to hear a lot of where the county is heading, and I can, you know, sort of be part of the conversation of how is that going to affect cities. That's a really enjoyable thing. But
Must
in
learn a
terms
lot
of
from it too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've learned tremendous amount.
I bet.
I mean, you know, I came in better informed than most, I think, going on to the council, and it's been a real big learning curve.
Yeah, I bet.
So, you know, there's just all kinds of stuff that's out there that you know, you learn about that you can kind of go with and figure out. So, you know, I'm getting to that point in life where I'm starting to think about retirement.
Nice.
And,
Congratulations.
you know, if you know, depending upon how things work out and how things play out, you know, maybe the last 2 years all of my term, if I get elected, would, you know, I'll be retired and can put a lot more time into this city than I even am doing now, and I try to put a lot of time in.
And that's so
because
that's what
that's
you
fun.
think for retirement. You just put it right back into the city.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
I like this place. I want to see it better, and I
Nice.
think it can be better. We constantly improving.
Nice.
So,
That's great, man. That's great. Quick thought. What about, Legacy Foundation, Destination Des Moines, all these other entities out there that are trying to help? Are you guys, everyone's playing well together, helping each other out?
I think we have come a long ways to repairing a lot of the relationships with those entities. And, I have my Legacy Foundation tattoo still on.
There you go.
That I got at the market,
Yep.
almost 2 weeks ago now. It's strangely not coming off. No.
They didn't tell you that was permanent.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's great. And we interact with, with Legacy. Legacy has been able to, Legacy is a great fundraising group, and they really understand it, and they know what needs to be targeted with some of those funds.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing for the city.
Yeah.
I mean,
seem to be pretty involved.
And it's really appreciated. Destination Des Moines is also, they're an events planning group at this point. And
we had Tony in here last week.
We work with them to try to make it work. There's a little bit of struggles, but but we've
There's always going to be, right?
yeah, but we've got the parade coming next Saturday, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, everybody excited about the parade?
I'm, and both my wife and I are volunteers on the parade committee, and we're putting a lot. I'm organizing all the electeds, and they're going to be down at the yacht club, and we've got boats for them to get in. And
nice. I'm excited for
all of that.
float.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really good parade.
Very cool.
So we've got all that happening.
Get to see the pirates.
Yeah, I think
everybody loves the pirates.
Rotary, which also is a very good fundraising organization. That
always forget about Rotary.
Does good sort of targeted things, and they really do put on good events.
Yeah.
They came to the city with a proposal on how to work outside of our policy of dealing with not-for-profits.
Oh, okay.
But they made a legitimate proposal.
Okay.
And the council said, let's try it. We're open to anything.
Sure.
We do have a policy, and we try to stick to the policy. But if you want to go outside the policy, tell us what you got. Tell us what you're going to give us for that.
Well, at least you'll listen to it,
And we'll listen, and we'll see what we can
give it a fair shake.
Give it a fair shake. And so, they've got the next 2 years, they've got a pretty fair shake.
All right, there you go.
And all that. So I think there's a much greater willingness to work with those organizations that do exist in this city.
Nice.
And we just need to keep going with all of that.
Yeah.
And keep those conversations alive.
It's tough to keep some of those. I don't want to say tough. It's I would say time consuming, and you got to pay a lot of attention, I would assume, to keep all those relationships alive and going and growing and keep everybody happy. It's a lot of moving entities.
But, there are 7 members of the council.
Yeah, exactly.
There are, we've got a really hardworking city manager who is out there and has met with all of these entities that are out there and trying to figure out how to work with them.
Right.
And those are good things.
Yeah.
And again, some people get a little impatient. Why didn't it just change?
Sure.
Well, I'd love for it to change that fast. It just doesn't.
Well, it's like when we had Matt Pina in here, he was talking about how a lot of this stuff was being voted on when he was mayor. That's just happening now. So it takes time. It takes time.
Laying the groundwork. I mean, previous councils have laid the groundwork for some of the stuff that's going to come to fruition in the next few years. And that's great.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing.
Yeah. How many open seats are there for city council this year?
Well, there are 4 up for election.
4 up for election.
2 of them are open.
Okay.
Meaning the incumbent isn't running.
Okay.
And that was Mahoney's and Tracy's.
Okay.
Because they're not running for re-election. And then Robin Des Moines at Iris and P&E is running for Mahoney's seat. She did not draw an opponent.
Okay.
Tracy's seat is Pierre Blas.
Okay, Pier. Yeah.
And Lloyd Lytle.
Okay.
They are both running for her seat.
Gotcha.
And then my seat, and I am an opponent. And then Gene's seat, and he's unopposed.
Okay. All right.
So that's just the way it
busy.
it played out.
busy.
There are two real campaigns going on, and 2 that are not. But we're going to have a big campaign event at the Quarterdeck.
Okay.
On September 22nd. It's a Monday night.
Very nice.
Myself, Pierre, and Robin, and I've invited Gene to join us, of course.
Okay.
And we're all going to start the fall campaign.
There you go.
And and get that rolling. So
And
that should be
voting
a fun
times
event.
in November, correct?
Yes, and voting is November 4th.
All right, there you
And
go. So
at that
September
point, then we'll know.
22nd down at Quarter Deck, and anybody can go down there and show
Absolutely.
support. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we'd encourage them. Come get a sign, come get some literature, come make a donation.
Yeah, always.
Whatever
right?
whatever it is that you want to do.
Yep.
We're happy to. And just, be involved in your city.
Yeah, for
Ask
sure.
some good questions. Talk to the candidates. Talk to the people.
Educate yourself a little bit.
Educate yourself. And,
I agree with
a
that.
lot of us are going out, knocking on doors. I think Pier and Lloyd are both knocking on doors. I'm knocking on doors.
Nice.
Doing with a piece of literature in the hand. And, my first question is, how long have you lived here and what would you like to see different?
There you go.
Because that's what I want to know.
There you go. Well, hopefully a lot of people will tune into this and they'll get a bunch of information from you, man.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
And, they are welcome to come to my website, Steinmetz
Yeah,
for Des
please
Moines.
push everything.
SteinmetzForDesMoines.com. I also have a Facebook page by the same name.
Okay.
And, anybody that's got a question can contact me through any of those information. I'll be happy to answer any kind of questions.
All right.
Very
cool, man.
This summer, I'm hoping between now and, sort of the end of September to do some sort of neighborhood level coffee clatches, get 10 people over to your house and
There you go.
just serve coffee and a treat or,
Yeah.
talk to Hampton about getting some of those lovely little gator bites.
Oh, yeah.
you
By the
know.
way, you have a beautiful home. I've been to it once, and
thank
it
you.
is quite beautiful.
Thank you. But I want to go to other people's homes.
Sure.
I want to be
sure.
out in the neighborhoods talking
Yes.
to people. And,
Yeah.
that's the other thing that we're trying to put together is, meet, talk,
Yep.
smaller groups.
Yeah.
Because that's really
Get the
fun
word out.
and that's enjoyable.
Beat the streets, meet the people, get the temperature, right? As they say, get the temperature.
Get the temperature and, and interact and have the conversation because we're all better off if we have a conversation.
I agree with that.
It's not
100%.
about shouting. It's about
There you
conversing.
go. That's what I like about what we're doing here. I'm learning things every time we do an interview. So
Wonderful.
much rather sit and have a conversation and learn and have that back and forth than just, shout and assume and not know. Awesome. Have you got anything else for Harry?
No, it was a great conversation piece. Thank you for coming.
All right. Well, thank you all very much.
All
I
right.
appreciate being here.
Thank you for being here. One more time, Harry Steinmetz. You've got a website, your Facebook, Steinmetz. Everybody can find you there.
Steinmetz for Des Moines.
Steinmetz for Des Moines. There we
Yep.
go. All right, guys. Stick Lounge Podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace.
Make sure you find everything. Like, share, and subscribe. I don't say that enough.
Yeah. Please listen.
Take care.
Please listen. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Subscribe. Hit that red button.
Lights dim, it's game time. Interview sharp, cut through like a shank line. Stick lounge stories unfold, real and raw. From hustlers to dreamers, breaking laws with a claw. Microphone warriors capturing life's conflicts, sitting across legends, tales flick like black picks. Drop bars, not mics, knowledge it rains from the streets to the beats in every vein. Stick lounge podcast, tales heavy with